words, Armorized Deadpool. A concept geniusly thought of and released in figure form by Hot Toys Collectibles. It imagines the maniac merc with the mouth getting his hands on one of Tony Stark's many Iron Man suits. And right off the back, not only is this thing massive, it is heavy. Approximately weighing 3 pounds, Hot Toys decided to die-castify this motherfucker, and honestly, in my opinion, that is metal. And just in case there is by chance anyone out there who may think some of these small parts and batteries are edible, here's the warning section telling you it's not. Now I'm going to try not to waste too much time cracking open this bad boy. There is a ton to go through, and if any of you did manage to get your hands on the exclusive version, you will also have come with this awesome ion cannon looking thing. But don't you worry, because this version I'm showing off today is not it. Now, before we get to the terre de merde, we are first going to be looking at all the different hand sculpts it comes with. And the first and probably best pair out of the rest of them are these ones here with posable digits. Aside from the thumb, 4 of the fingers have 3 individual swivel points, allowing for a variety of different poses. The next set of hands that they provide us with are the ones depicted in the classic Iron Man repulsor shot, or as I like to personally call them, the booby grabbers. And finally, we have the good old gun grip sculpts, minus the translucent center, but that's because you're not really going to pose this with the lights on while holding one of his guns. Are you? Now, for some reason, I did not expect to come across instructions when going through this box. But later on, I quickly realized why it comes with instructions. After literally an hour and a half of trying to discover and then fit the batteries into each battery compartment, in the end it was a valuable lesson to read the instructions, especially with Hot Toys products. And now, onto the good stuff. The accessories. One of the selling points, for me at least, with buying Hot Toys products is the sheer amount of accessories that they tend to include with their figures. And up first we have this really cool looking gauntlet, which kind of gives off a Hulkbuster vibe. Now, as much as it is a cool accessory, it's probably my least favourite out the whole bunch. To my disappointment, the fingers don't really move, which would have honestly given me more of a reason to display this figure with the gauntlet. But to my knowledge, I am not the only one that dislikes this accessory in particular, as I see very few people displaying their own Deadpool figure with this gauntlet. Up next we have the plasma rifle and the plasma pistol. While both have various articulation to them, they can both be disassembled and put back together as the Mega Ultimate Super Stinky Plasma Rifle. Now, I could have read the instructions, and I could have shown you how it was meant to be put together, and maybe I could have shown you what it was like displayed, but I couldn't be bothered. And for the life of me, I could not figure it out. But there are plenty of schmucks out there who did it anyway, so go give them a watch if you want to, but come back and give me a subscribe. Up next we have Comic Deadpool's iconic size, which have of course been futurized, making them fucking laser size. Followed up by a very nicely designed plasma knife, and the piece de resistance, his famous katanas, which have of course been again futurized, making them essentially lightsabers, but due to international copyright laws, they are not. Next we have these pair of stacked bullets, which as you can see can be attached on either side of his shoulder launchers? I don't know. Then we have the back holsters for his weapons. 2 are designed to hold the pistols, and the other 2 are designed to hold the swords. And finally, we have the base and stand. Unfortunately, these are some of the worst versions of stands and bases that Hot Toys have produced. These hooks generally don't even fit on the Armorized Deadpool. And with that being said, now the accessories are out the way, it's time to move on to the figure and see what articulation it has to offer. Let's begin with his Swede. It is attached by ball swivel joint, allowing for full, free and smooth rotation, as well as being fully capable of looking up and fully down. The shoulders are supported by 3 separate joints, not only allowing for outer shoulder movement but also inner shoulder movement too. The shoulder pads, however, do restrain him from lifting his arms fully up into the classic T-pose, and over time will wear and scratch down the paint on his shoulder launchers? I don't know. The chest joint I believe is on the same one as the head, allowing for basically the same movement, but But as you can see from my struggling, this joint in particular is tough, which is reassuring to know at least he isn't going to dead flop off my display. And for some reason, this piece here, which I just can't stop poking. The biceps are on a standard peg, allowing for full rotation. The elbows are on a buttery smooth double swivel joint. And the wrists are on a ballpoint peg. The juicy thighs are supported by a ball and swivel joint, allowing for some very secure leg poses. The double knee joints are very impressive as well. This figure has generally surprised me in the quality of the... Oh, hell no.
Hell no, man. What the fuck?
I don't know what sort of crusty ass adhesive they decided to use for these holsters, but it simply isn't working. And finally, onto the feet. They are only able to really reach front and back motion due to the armor platings that are surrounding it, but these armor platings also move to accommodate the position of the feet. It's a really cool but tiny detail which also adds to the Iron Man armor. And now it's time to suit Deadpool up and show the very limited poses I was able to imagine. And there we have it, folks. Armorized Deadpool in all of his majesty. This is by far one of my favourite releases from Hot Toys. Not only for its uniqueness in combining two of my favourite Marvel characters together, nor for the fact that they managed to incorporate strong and articulated joints for such a bulked out figure, but because it is a badass and a unique piece to have on the shelf. Not only can this figure belong in your Iron Man collection, but he can also rightfully be displayed with your Deadpool collection. And the overall rating I shall be giving is nothing, because he's too good to rate. I hope you're happy.